morning, how are you all? Saturday, don't know what date it is, maybe the 18th, 17th of April. Set out for a long ride. Let's see how far we get. I'm going slow, bit of a headwind up here compared to what I normally sort of averaged 195 watts. Last year I was coming up here 195 watts, flying, tailwind, like crawling along. Anyway, tide's right out, old fish traps there, you might be able to see them, and maybe not. So yeah, camping sites opened on the harbour, on the marina side, newly extended. So I reckon there were 19 vans in last night. Well, motorhomes and caravans. And there are 3 glamping pods. So this week is sort of the end of the 3-week block, but I managed 2. Then after that ride on Sunday, the Sportif, I was just wiped out. So yesterday I did 7 minutes, got off. 15 minutes the other day, got off. I did do an hour and a bit on Wednesday. Yeah, I've just been really tired from work as well. It's just wiped out. It's constant. So today's ride is not about speed or power or anything like that. It's just about time on the bike, getting outside and trying to enjoy it. We'll see how we do. Might have to cut it short because, as I say, I am tired. At the end of my, well, CTL today, night 56, training stress balance 4. So I should be fresh, but I don't feel it. I feel wiped out. There's numerous factors for that, because a big chunk of that 90-day period that all those numbers are based on was when I was off the bike after falling on the ice and banging my knee. So sort of it's biased towards the tail end of those figures, so probably I'll find really I should be having a rest. That's next week. Proper rest week next week. Right. So 3 easy rides, 4. Hardly do anything. 4 or 5 hours of easy rides and that'll be it. And then week after, plan is do a ramp test, get all my figures set right again, and then off we go. So still as I'm only going slow today, it's a headwind, I thought I'd try this new cycle path. Not been on it yet because it should be relatively clean. Looks like somebody's washed it with a jet wash, doesn't it? Or hosed it off. I do know that up here there's a problem with it. It just ends and I'll get back on the road. Oh, other news. Collarbone news. I've started doing press ups again. So I did 10 the other night, a couple of rest days, 15 last night. They're hard. I haven't done them for 10 months and I'm heavy. Look, they're actually sweeping the cycle path. Excellent. Yeah! Yeah! Oh wow, brilliant. Nearly 16k, nearly 10 miles, 39 minutes. That's how slow I've been going, and it's flat. Right, I'm going to put you away because this bit of road is really rough. So today then, I'd sort of was hoping to do 100 miles. I'd got a couple of 100-mile routes penciled in that I'd done last week, one before Christmas, that was sort of modified, and I was hoping to get out and do those today, end of the 3 week, you know, more progression from last week. But just being wiped out as I am, nah, it's not happening. Just listen to the body. And I think the problem is that WKO 5.0 that I've got, that I've been using for a long time, it's better than Training Peaks, because, mind you, it might be on Training Peaks, just not found it. It's got a function that tells you it's IFTP. Hang on, bus. That's coach technically, but I did not know a coach or a bus came down there. Right, yeah, so it's got this IFTP, which is like, it works out what your mean FTP is from the riding training you've done over the last 90-day period, which is what the chronic training load and acute training load and training stress balance are all based on. It's based on the last 90 days, and recently my IFTP has dropped. It's at 251, 252. Well, okay, in January I did an event test, didn't I, and was it 280 maybe? But so I've got my, at the minute I've got my normal FTP, which everything's based on, the CTL and everything, set at 270. It's probably too high, but if it is 250, that would explain why I feel so wiped out, because I think my TSB after last Sunday, after the Sportif, was like minus 33. It's like really low. Well, of course, if it's 20 watts too high, it's going to be even lower than that. It could have been minus 40. So it's no wonder I feel wiped out, and I bet you that's what it is. So I should go off that more, really. And I used to follow that before I started working with Josh. So if that moved up or down, I'd move the normal FTP to keep an eye on things. And that's what I'd do. I'd ride until it was bad, but it didn't always work. Sometimes it'd catch me out. So what I'm doing, I'm not doing the 100 miles. I've come out with kit and drink and food to do that, and that's why I've got the old Garmin 810 on, just because it's better battery life than that 520 plus, which is crap. But I'm just going to do a loop round here and go back. I mean, now I'm doing 130 watts, 132 watts. I'm just pedaling lightly, and then I'll go back. I might even change that bar tape, which I've still not done. That side's worse. Or I might get in the car and go for a drive, or put my feet up. I've got more housework to do. I've got my accounts to do, stuff like that. But if I take it easy today, I might do a club ride tomorrow, or part of the club ride tomorrow, That'd be good. And I might need another rest week next week. Then I'll do my ramp test, get my FTP right, then go from there. So I've got no sports now until August. So there it's training, sort my weight out, get my weight sorted. So 76.5 roughly this morning. So I've got 4.5 kilos to shift, at least, if not more, by August. That's 4 months, 3 months, I should be able to do it. And then the other stuff I was going to say is, after washing the bike after last Sunday, left it up to dry, give it a wipe over, you know, that sort of stuff. Yesterday, took the back wheel out, changed the cassette back to the 1132 from the 1134 I put on. Took the morning, oh, what do you call it? Forgot what you call it. That extra little hanger you put on to make a medium cage, you know, standard GS cage derailleur work with a long cage. Oh, what do you call it? Road link or whatever you call it. Took that back off. But for some reason, you do have to slightly change the cable tension to get the gears to work between the two different cassettes. But what I did notice then at the same time, I sort of wiped the chain, checked the chain were, and it was at 0.5 stretch. So I fitted a new chain to this one, which is the orange TCR, the 2016 one. TCR Advanced Pro, I should say. Check the chain wear on the turbo TCR as well, the Onsei one. That's stretched as well, 0.5, so new chains on both. 11 speed on here, EL, I think, and then, no, was it an SL? Not, anyway, doesn't matter. And then a standard 10 speed on the turbo bike. But I've been running the dry lube on this since I cleaned it last. So all the rides I've done this year on this bike have been on dry lube, muck off dry lube. And I don't think it's as good. I think the chain stretches quicker, wears out quicker. Oh, I don't know whether you can see that on the screen there, but I've just done an hour, 24.1 kilometers on this flat route. I don't feel good at all. In fact, bordering on feeling a bit ill. Anyway, as I say, just take it easy. I'm just going up here to where the end of the T-junction is, and then I'm going to turn around and go back. 181 normalised power. A van or something coming towards me. Oh dear, when I came up here on the SL last year, I absolutely flew up. So yeah, today I've got the Perfetto one, the Castelli Perfetto 2, and this Sirocco base layer, which I am really liking. It's comfortable. It seems to be drier when I take it off than the others, because it is a bit lighter. It's a little bit not quite as thick as the other ones. I know there's not a lot in it because it's only a base layer, but still. Yeah, so then I've got two full bottles that I bought with SIS Energy in. That's my last of my SIS Energy, way out of date, so that pot needs throwing away. I need to buy something else. So please put your suggestions, your recommendations for what on bike energy drink do you like. I've used SIS Energy for a very long time, and I've used Active Root, but I'm looking for something new, potentially better maybe, or do I go back to just the regular SIS Energy? SIS Energy has 47 grams of carbohydrate in it per 500 grams, is it? I think. Right, this is where I'm turning around. So I think I'm going to try some of the SIS Beta Fuel. That looks interesting because that's got more carbohydrate in it per hour. Thinking for when I do the thread and when I do my longer rides, because I always do not have enough fuel going into me. That is always a problem. So yeah, recommendations please. I'm still not happy with this headset, the stem and tension. I'm going to strip it down, take it all apart, put some of that fibre grip on it. Don't like it, it just feels not quite right. Now you can see the old aircraft hangars. So I'm just cruising back this way now. And just put my feet up, rest. Which is what I've been doing all week, sort of, pretty much, really. Oh dear. Right, good cycle path, new cycle path. They've had the road sweeper down, there's still stones on it. And then you get this. Give way, we're meant to be on the flipping main bit. We've got to give way to traffic coming from the left or the right. And it's gravel. I mean, why on earth don't they just tarmac those little bits? It's crazy. Oh yeah, all right. There we go, so I've finished my ride, 2 hours, 50k ish, so slow, 24.7k an hour I think moving. Yeah, so it's still a cold wind. It says it's 11.5 but it don't feel like it, my feet are cold and I'm just a bit chilly. So, nice blue sky. This thing's never worked, or I've never known it work. This was all the docks, all the dock buildings, and then that was a launch thing for launching ships, because this behind me was a shipyard apparently. That's the River Ellen. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.